Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jackman's come, he's the first guy to visit the new unit. So what do you think? Yes you are.
Oh.
You are? Well, apart from Mrs S obviously. Yeah, but no one else has been here. So, it's kind of set up, and we did discuss that we got this area here to muck around, excuse the hobnobs, to muck around with the engine. So we've got a few tools that Jackman's brought down just to measure some stuff. We're not professionals at this. This engine kind of scares me a bit because it's very, very seized and very rusty.
It was seized.
Jackman's not making any good noises about it either. And it's been cleaned, so you saw Matt took it away and cleaned it. I don't know how much good that's done because it has revealed everything, but most of the crap's off it, which is a good thing. But I thought we'd get stuck into this episode really and just kind of, we want an Amazon update anyway, everyone's been asking for it, and kind of make a bit of a game plan of what we're going to do with this. So one of the things, Jackman's very, very kindly, apparently it's a Christmas present, we've got a twin carb inlet here, so I need some carbs for that. So there's one thing that we can add to the list of spec. How bad's this then, Jackman?
I don't know yet.
So let's just take a quick look at it before we do anything. This is quite deep. I mean, the camera obviously you can't tell that, but trust me, that's quite deep corrosion. All the waterways, all the oil galleries look pretty buggered.
Yeah, and you've got gouges here in the
head. So I don't know if this is where it's been cleaned for its dips. I don't know. Like I say, I don't really know. The car apparently has very little mileage, but as Jackman pointed out, these lips on these bores are, that's 100k, isn't it, that?
So you said it's what, your Amazon's on 6,000 miles?
6,400 or 6,700 miles apparently, but the interior says yes.
Yeah.
But that says no.
Yeah, but then again the clocks were all over.
Yeah, so so it could have done 106,000. Yeah. Like the minis and stuff do.
It's like all these lips, you can actually feel.
That's mileage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's mileage worth.
And that teamed with, let me just move this. Bear with. This cam is incredibly worn. So they're again, it's quite hard to pick up on camera, but that's quite deep. There was quite a bad bit. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
You've got all of that there, which is massive pitting.
Yeah, it's almost missing, isn't it, off that side?
And you can actually see where it's worn down some of the lobes.
Yeah, so this is all signs of high mileage, isn't it? Yeah. Like proper Volvos do mileage, but this is all.
This section here, that's probably where it was seized on the water or whatever.
That's where it's locked up. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where it's been sat there for however long it has been.
Yeah.
But that cam, I wouldn't really use it anyway.
No, when we stripped it, me and Matt took it apart. I kind of went, right, that's definitely in the replace pile because number one, it's standard. I didn't want to go fully standard. So the cam, we need a new one. Brookhouse Volvo, we sell them, so I think I'm depending on spec.
Exchange.
Yeah, so you send that and swap them, don't you?
Because they'll either use that as the template for a regrind and send you one, or they'll actually regrind that one to the new spec. Yeah,
so there's a bit of a plan there with that. But it all really does rest on just quite how bad this block is. The pistons themselves are pretty toast. Yeah. I think that's the first thing you said, wasn't it, Jackman? These are bad.
There's no point in reusing them because I don't know which one it is, but it's got score marks down it.
Yeah, there was one that was particularly bad.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
You can see all the lines there.
Yeah, you can actually, so that's where it got stuck maybe.
Yeah, so you can feel that, but if you just re-hone that and put this in,
you're still going to have that.
That'll just pick up all the new material and start scoring in, but then you've also got the damage to these tops, which are creating hot
that's
spots.
The worst one, isn't it? Yeah, that one's quite pitted as well.
But also, because all these are seized in, you're going to damage the rings getting them out and also the ring lands. So when you're reboring it, because you're going to need a rebore anyway, they're going to need set of pistons on.
So it's going to be plus whatever we have done on this, really, isn't it? So this is a B18 block. To anyone that's not into Volvos or doesn't know them, so it's actually stamped there, B18. We could potentially add power to this now then, couldn't we really, because we're going to have a bore, we can get the pistons, we're going to have a cam, we've got a twin carb inlet there, we could go quite a cool route with it, and the head is either needs replacing or
well, there's a couple of things anyway. You're going to get a rebore, you're going to need the top of the block decked
to get rid of all this corrosion and all scoring.
The low point, so the head gasket, you're going to need the head rebuilding, skimming, so again that will up the compression. I think they're about maybe 8 to 1 standard. I know they're not a lot, but you can skim them down.
Because you're the first person that came to see the Amazon in the original unit that we had. And we originally thought, we actually were quite hopeful when we put a battery on it, didn't we? Because the electric started coming to life. If you've seen that video, the electric started coming to life. I don't know if I filmed actually, but I think I mentioned it, like the interior lights started working, some of the lights came on, the fuel gauge flicks, didn't it?
Yeah,
started
the radio
moving.
came on.
The radio
I think that was the biggest thing for us, is the radio came on, was like, oh, it's live.
So the car wants to live again. And then we saw the valves and the rockers and stuff like that. I think they're all in the box down there. But we thought originally, maybe it's just the head is stuck. And they all started moving. We were like, oh.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't moving, was it? Because this was just so damaged.
Yeah, we took the actual rockers off. Just to make sure everything was free and the less they turn over, because of course we could try and turn it
less resistance then, wasn't it?
But the rockers moved freely. They were a bit tight, but compared to the rest of it, but we still couldn't get the engine to turn over. That just meant it was internally. Which
I imagine is probably down to one of these really, really bad pistons being absolutely jammed in here. Because
probably the one which got the broken oil ring, whichever one it is. But each one of these, the rings are stuck. So you're not making compression even if you turned it over. Yeah,
so obviously this is my car and I'll go the direction that suits me financially and what I want for the end game of the car. The whole end game of the car, we'll get on to Jackman's Volvo in a future episode, but Jackman's got a similar year Volvo to mine. And he's going full resto mod. That's where you'll see Vera relive on and stuff like that, which is a really cool way of going. But with the one I wanted to keep it like period, like correct, as in like they're the mods that you would do, a little bit like I'm doing with my minivan. And they're the mods that could have been picked up. So the twin carbs, that's going to make it a bit more sprightly, but also it isn't out of the realms possibility that would have been around in the 60s.
I think one of the tuning things is basically skimming the head and the block to get to about 10:1.
Yeah.
I think that's in the original paperwork saying what to do is to up the compression, twin carbs.
So we're almost following Volvo's tuning recommendations, and that's kind of what I want to do with the car. I want to make it in keeping with what the car is. So I do think with the block, obviously comment away if you know more about it, we're going to have to send this off. We're going to have to get it looked at. Luckily there's some connections now at work that I can do that with. And basically drop it with them and going, is this scrap? Is it serviceable? And I think that's when we make the plan for all that stuff, isn't it, really?
Yeah, because the crank needs a regrind anyway.
Yeah.
Because you can see all the lines in it where basically it's just...
so I think these ones are the worst, aren't they? These are really, really...
Because they've got moisture.
Yeah. It's the storage of the car when it's in Scotland, I think.
Yeah, because it's down here in the middle of the main bearings is where the oil runs.
And then there's like a big oil gallery there, isn't there? Like
but it's not, each one of those are like rusty.
Yeah.
As if there's been water in the oil, and where of course there's a gap.
Yeah.
It's allowed the moisture to get to it, so that needs a regrind anyway.
It's quite a bit of machining, isn't there? I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of labour work, and then we can put it together with new gaskets and bits. That's kind of where my head's going with it.
Yeah, because from what I can see, it's going to be new bearings, crank regrind, rebore, deck, new cam bearings, because they're not great.
No, well, the cam's not great, so the cam bearings are going to be pretty crap, aren't they?
I'd get it chemically dipped again.
Yeah.
We need to take this core plug out on this side.
Yes.
Spin it around.
Yeah, if we can turn it around a little bit.
Because...
Yeah, so we actually noticed this one here is actually sticking out. Like it's actually burst out. There's a gap, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's actually blown. So maybe that's why it was parked up.
It could have frozen in a winter.
Yeah, and he's tried starting it, and that's potentially maybe the damage. It's hard. I've got no real history with the car. It's quite hard to work out exactly what's happened to it, but...
Do you have a small pry bar? Yeah.
Yeah, let's try and get them out. While I've got your attention and Jackman's raiding my toolbox, merch. I'm working on merch a lot more. Jackman's been a massive help, as has James, with setting me up a website. So that is actually live, that's working. There is a link to my eBay shop. I want to move away from the eBay side of things, so we're going to have everything on the website. We're going to have hats, we've got beanie hats made. I've still got some of these left, and I have put in a request to have some more made, along with some other merch. And we've got stickers at the moment, so we've got hats and stickers. It's a good way of supporting the channel if you really want to. There's a link, like I say, to the eBay shop for now. Me and Jackman are both wearing it. It's keeping them nice and warm, although in here it's not tremendously cold. That barn was awful. So yeah, that's a good way of helping to support the channel. Commenting, giving a thumbs up, and hitting the subscribe button is another way. And then obviously we have our sponsors. We've got Minimine, if you're here for all your minis, which are, there's enough of them around, and there's enough of them coming to the channel. There's a discount code on the bottom of the screen now, not on my phone, on the bottom of the screen now, for 10% off when you spend £15 more on our eBay shop. So go check out Minimine for that. And there's also Frost Restoration for all like your tools, consumables and everything like that. There's a discount code for them. How much of the stuff, chemicals and bits we could maybe get off Frost to do anything with this engine, I think are going to all be in the hands of the machine shop really. It's going to be rebuild stuff that we might pick up a few tools and stuff. But yeah, that's the way you can support the channel, so I really appreciate that, guys. Let's see how bad these core plugs are.
But I will say, as a bald man, I do recommend these hats.
Yes. So there you go. There's a customer review right there. So yeah, let's put you on time lapse and we're going to try and get these out.
Oh, we're just going to get this one out. That's all we need to do really, is get this one out if we can.
Oh my god, it wasn't in at all, was it?
No.
Yeah. Is it weird that that's better than I was expecting it to be? I was kind of expecting it to be so corroded there wouldn't be a lip left, hence why it's forced this out.
Well, that's definitely been pushed out from the inside.
That's the core plug out. I was kind of expecting to be worse, but it was kind of pushed out, wasn't it, a little bit?
So I don't know if you can see much inside it, but
it's quite corroded in there, obviously, expect that.
But it's a water gallery. But it doesn't look too bad. We can knock all the others out if you want.
Yeah, we can try and get the others out. It'd be quite good. I mean, they got to come out anyway to have it chemically cleaned properly, haven't they?
Yeah,
so,
especially because even one's being pushed out.
yeah, so there's 4 there, isn't there? So some, yeah, there's 2 on the back.
I think the main thing is the fact that it's not actually corroded through.
No.
It's still solid.
Because you do see these rot out. It's quite a common thing, isn't it? And then they go, so... Yeah, we'll stick on a time lapse and we're going to try and find a way of getting these out. Punch, hit it hard.
Yeah.
There's going to be loads of people now at the screen going, what the hell are you doing? So this is an easier way of doing it.
Well, it's not an easier way, it's the way of doing it when you don't actually have the tool.
Everyone needs a sacrificial screwdriver. Famous claw hammer. And then in theory, try it out. The last one was pretty stiff. And this one is as well. There it goes. There we go. It's going to be stuck as well, gentlemen. So yeah, not actually that bad. And very, very, very much still in there.
Yeah. None of them have even signs of actually corroding through, which is good.
No, so that wasn't a bad shout really, was it, doing that? So there's 2 more on the back that we'll do. But yeah, they're not in tremendously bad condition. Obviously we're going to have to replace these because I've just drilled holes in them all.
Well, you would have replaced them anyway.
Yeah, and we need them out to have it cleaned.
Well,
so
especially considering that one had popped out, you'd replace you want to replace them, just not
this is one thing we wanted to look at as well, like why has it actually failed? And the only thing that seems to be wrong with the car, other than the fact it's seized, is that was hanging out. So is that why it got parked up? It's hard to tell, and it's like that archaeology where you're trying to work out what the hell's actually happened to the engine. Whatever happened, it needs a rebuild. So
yeah, you are trying to work out what caused it to go
what
off
caused
the road.
it, and that's so far the only thing that's actually a fault.
But that could have just been a bit parked up over the winter.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cold up in Scotland.
It is. Yeah, Perth, Scotland. This car was found apparently. So we'll spin it around with the other 2 out, and then we'll probably part this video here with what you think we should do with it, and then I'll probably do the opposite.
Yeah, boat anchor.
Boat anchor.
Might as well.
And we have some more hobnobs. Got your screwdriver back. See the old famous claw hammer that everyone loves on the channel. Not. So yeah, these ones that Jack was pointing out, these are obviously the oil gallery ones. So where's the other one? No, they're water. Yeah, they're the black oil ones, aren't they?
Because this is where all the push rods go, down there.
Yeah. So these are out. These would need to be out anyway. It looks like there's a rubber seal for that breather there, so I'll try and get that out. And what I'll do is I'll make a list now of the stuff that's definitely needing to be replaced, like full set of core plugs, that seal, and then we get the list back from the machine shop of what we need to buy, really.
Well, that will come with the complete engine gasket set.
Yeah.
So you'll get that seal.
I'll probably use Brookhouse Volvo for all that stuff. I was quite impressed with everything I've ever bought for Volvos from Brookhouse, to be quite fair. So
yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be where we part this video. I wanted to bring you all to see, because we kind of dipped the engine and didn't say anything about it. So this is buggered, isn't it?
Did you mention the head?
We haven't really looked at the head too much.
No.
Check a quick look at it.
I was going to say the head needs dipping and rebuilding anyway, because if you remember in the original stripping video, you got all that rust out of it.
Yes, it's quite bad.
So that's all going to be in the actual inlet end.
Yeah, so I think take both these, have them chemically dipped, and see if they can be refaced. If they can, then we're game on for a rebuild, aren't we?
It's more, can they reface it and still keep it within tolerance?
Yeah.
Because that's what we've got to be careful with, because that's quite deep on the water jacket. So there's enough material.
Can it be welded and ground?
No. Well, I guess so, but considering it's not really a rare block.
No.
Okay, you've not got the original engine numbers anymore.
No, so I do want to try and save this engine if I possibly can. It's something Roy's mentioned with the car. But now, having taken it apart, having a proper look at it, I never bought the car for low mileage. I bought it because it was a complete car and it was a decent price. You have got a spare engine, haven't you? And you have always said that if it needs to be used, then we've got kind of two to build a good one out of.
Well, it was more I was giving it used parts.
Yeah, so
because I'm not using that engine in mine.
No.
And it was always just going to be basically scrapped.
Yeah, so we have got options, guys. It's obviously not going to kill the build at all.
Yeah. My engine does need a rebuild.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
both of them are going to need machining, aren't they?
Well, so the reason mine definitely needs it is the fact it's got score marks in the balls.
Yes.
So mine.
A ring failed, maybe, or something.
Yeah, a ring had failed, but it also started to lose the valve stems as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And the top of the valves, just because mine's a high mileage car.
So yeah, we've got that option, haven't we? They're both B18, so got that. So what we learned from this, we got cam definitely needs to go. We need quite a lot of machining. We need a crank grind, new pistons. We've got a nice twin carb inlet, so we've got direction fueling. Head needs refacing and dipping and cleaning, doesn't it? And then probably just a good rebuild.
Get it potted and polished.
Yeah, let's do that. Just to go with the carbs.
The main reason is not just for the carbs, it's the fact if you're getting it all dipped, you might as well clean it up.
And make it better.
Yeah. You're putting that money into it at this point to rebuild it, so why not?
I agree. So what do you guys think I should do with it? Stay very true, stay with the original carb, try and get it as close. Remember, we are not going to be original CC. I truly do think we're going to have a proper, it's going to be bigger, isn't it? Regardless of what we do.
Put a turbo on it.
Jackman turbo is everything. We could put a turbo on it then. We could put a turbo on it. Do a retro turbo build with twin carbs.
No, we do ejection.
Yeah, what do you want to see? So there is options. We could fuel inject it. There is that option. We have spoke about this. We could put the twin carbs on and we could try and keep it as close to standard. I personally, with the way the car is now, I'd like to keep the look of it standard. And I will, when we do a video on the body of the car, I'll tell you what I plan to do with that for the short term, just to get it on the road. But hopefully the car will be coming here soon. And we can start looking at getting all the suspension done and the engine in it and stuff like that. So it should be quite cool. So I want to get this kind of off for its work so we can put it together. And I've never built an engine. You have. Jackman has, so we'll be in good hands. Remember to subscribe to the channel, guys. Remember to go check out the merch that we have got. Like I say, we're working on the website. Massive thank you to Jackman for that. And we will get some more merch and stuff lined up and loaded onto there. I hope you've enjoyed this. Bit of a weird video, bit different for us. It's seeing how bad stuff is. And yeah, onwards and upwards. I'm very excited about driving this car, so I really want to do it now. I've got a V70, but it's not a real Volvo. It is.
It is a real Volvo.
No, but this is a real Volvo.
You mean a rusty boat anchor?
Yes, a rusty boat anchor. I like a rusty car, so they're all true Volvos, but there's something about an Amazon I've always wanted to drive it. So, and we've got a nice yard where we are now, so we can take it for a nice little drive donut thing.
Donuts drive.
Donuts. Catch you soon, guys.